And today, we are not bystanders. We are here to send a clear message that there is no room for hate. We are here united for peace. Our criminal justice in Wisconsin is flawed because it prosecutes white defendants much less harsher than non-white defendants who commit similar crimes. In 2005, Wisconsin ranked #1 in the incarceration of African Americans. Minorities are more likely to get the maximum sentence, while white counterparts rarely get maximum sentence. Therefore, we call upon all allies to join us in the fight for racial injustice. This rally holds to seek community representatives and law enforcement agencies accountable to make real changes in exercising and enforcing hate crime laws in Wisconsin to end racism in our communities and our institution. In addition, we want to encourage the Attorney General's office to take hate crime seriously. All Americans have a stake in effective response to violent bigotry. Hate crimes demand a priority because of the special emotional, psychological impact on victims and the victim's community. The damage done by hate crimes cannot be measured solely in terms of physical injury or dollar and cents. Crimes motivated by hate crimes towards particular groups not only harm individuals, but sends a powerful message of intolerance and discrimination to all members of the community which the victim belongs to. Hate crimes can and do intimidate and disrupt entire communities. Therefore, it is vitally important that we make it a priority in the state of Wisconsin to take hate crimes seriously and to send a clear message that we will not tolerate hate crimes in this state.
And really let the state of Wisconsin know that hate crimes is on the national agenda. It's something that we are all working towards, and that there have been numerous incidences of hate crimes and racial injustices against the Asian American community, and we want to bring those situations to light. And the most well-known incident is Vincent Chen, who was a Chinese American who in 1982 during his bachelor's party in Detroit, Michigan, was beaten by Ronald Evans and Michael Nitz, who had been laid off from a local automotive factory. And they blamed Vincent Chen for that because during that time, Detroit automakers were increasingly losing jobs and anti-Japanese rhetoric was rampant in local media. And regardless of the fact that Vincent Chen wasn't even Japanese American, nor was he Japanese, that didn't matter to Evans and Nitz. To them, Vincent Chen was a species of Asian from Asia, and that's all that mattered. And so we need to be out there, we need to be educating people about these racial tensions. And despite the historic and countless other historic experiences of anti-Asian American discrimination and racism, many have argued that Asian Americans do not experience racism as much as any other racial group. And this misrepresentation of the Asian American experience with racism is often perpetrated throughout the media. What is missing in these statistics is the mention of the phenomenon of underreporting, in which real manifestations of anti-Asian American racism fails to be reported and documented. The Asian American Justice Center, a national Asian American coalition, and in other national partner that helped with this organizing, does a lot of research, and they have a clearinghouse on hate crimes and racial injustices. And since 1994, they've been capturing the profile of hate against Asian Americans. And they said that over the years, they have found that anti-Asian American violence manifests in threats, intimidation, vandalism, assaults, murders, sexual assault, and battery. Their analyses show that underreporting occurs in large part due to the lack of reporting by local officials and municipalities. Many states do not report race or ethnicity in their data, and local officials also often fail to classify hate-motivated crimes correctly. Additionally, they have begun their annual audit, and they have found a general decrease in federal funds for local hate crimes investigation and racial conflict resolution, further diverting much-needed resources and attention towards solving the hate crimes issues in every state. To compound these institutional challenges, there are language barriers, lack of knowledge of rights and resources, which create distrust between Asian American communities toward local officials. Okay. And so the Vincent Chen incident occurred 25 years ago, yet this is 2007, and we are still seeing incidences of hate crimes, racial injustices occurring in our community. So that speaks to the fact that we really need to do more organizing, more advocacy work around race relations in our country. And according to national FBI statistics, in 2006, there are 9,080 offenses of hate crimes committed across the country. And that, again, that's a huge number, and that's something that we need to work towards. So, as a result, we must all be vocal and raise the consciousness of people about hate crimes against Asian Americans. We must build a movement today that will resist this tendency and demonstrate how we have a collective interest in ending any and all forms of racist oppression. And we must demand an end to policies that disproportionately and damagingly affect people of color and other marginalized populations. Advocate for the passage of stronger hate crimes legislation in all states across the country. Demand increased investigation and prosecution of hate crimes. Increase resources for public outreach and education of hate crimes by law enforcement. And insist that workforce at all levels and agencies reflect the communities that they serve. Thank you.
A group called Illegal Aliens. I just came to do a short piece, half of a piece actually. It's called Third World Poetry. Universe collide, suicide thoughts survive. Revival of the fittest, survival of the shittiest. Giving this species another taste of this feces. Pieces of the puzzle demand the sunshine. But seasons change and leaves the passion in landmines. Mankind reaches for any signs of peace. Give it what I've got, the living truth release. Now pitch it in the plot, collective for the deceased. Yo, see them overseas, see them going to war. See, they got a reason, see them fighting for their own personal freedom. You got yours. It's a crying shame, it's a crying game. It's a no-win situation and everyone's a loser while we wait here patiently. Giving bruises and bullets, I'm ready to pull at the plug. Fix this nation here, fix this facial expression. Got us waiting here for the next killer to penetrate. Innocent to proven guilty, yet we killed these children of the world, turning the children of war.
I'm president of Latinos United for Change and Advancement. As a Latino, I'm here to support justice for our Hmong brothers and sisters. I think one of the issues that join us all is that the anti-immigrant rhetoric that has been pervading our nation affects us all of us. That anti-immigrant rhetoric has increased the number of white supremacists, nazis, and bigoted groups 100-fold in the past 5-6 years. I think when one of our communities are attacked in a hateful manner, in a bigoted manner, all of our communities are attacked.
Amen.
So our Hmong community has been supporting our brothers and sisters in the Latino community, and it's our turn to come and support your community for justice.
The YWCA is honored to be a part of your fight and to make you a part of our fight. The YWCA's mission and one imperative is to fight racism wherever it exists. Today it exists right here at home in Wisconsin. When we look at what happened with Chavang, what we see is a racial injustice. I look around me at the signs and I see justice.
Christine Moss, I am the chair for Communities United. I will not regurgitate what the past chair said. I just want you to know that we are in support of the Hmong community in this effort. It is unfortunate that Mr. Nickel was not charged with a hate crime, and we know that we have to fight discrimination wherever we find it.